Let's see. Hey, MLNRT. I think you're first. It's a good thing when you arrive first. I'm just drinking like a mocha latte. Dr. Red is here. Yeah, I'll start walking shortly. I just wanted to finish this. Trying to start these live streams a little earlier. I know I always say that. I guess 11:15 is early. Nice to see you guys, though. Appreciate it. Happy Sunday. It's not really supposed to be cloudy. Well, it's kind of blue over here. You guys will see once I get rolling. But, yeah, I just stopped here. Coffee's good. People are nice. And then, like, I'm close to my apartment right now. But just to drink any food. DRT, they have food there. Actually, they have... I haven't looked really close at the menu, but I know they have like food, not just like pastry like things. They do have food there. I haven't tried it. I've seen people get it. I think it's like, again, I didn't look close, like Philippine food related stuff. Yakin Banja says hello. But yeah. I was trying to drink most of this now, so I wouldn't have to carry it, but hopefully I find a trash can to ditch it somewhere. IVTV, Michael Jackson. I don't know about Michael Jackson. My first name is Michael Lee, but Jackson, I don't know. I've gotten the Lechin Manuk from here before. Like I said, Yvonne sits kind of in the back. They do have a liquor store for anybody that's a drinker. That would not be me, so. But yeah, they have like Lechin Manuk. Hello. It looks good. I've gotten it here before. It's very close here, so yeah. It's Neptun gels, but no, it's good. They start here early in the morning. I'm not far from my apartment. Parker says, you don't know Michael Jackson? No, I know who Michael Jackson is. I mean, hello. I just thought when someone said Michael Jackson, that's their first comment. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they think I look like Michael Jackson. I don't know. But yes, thank you, MLNRT. Let me know, like I said, how everything looks. Hello, Possum. But yes, I know. You're asking me what I'm drinking. It's like a cafe mocha latte drink that I got from a place called Yvonne. Y-V-A-N, Yvonne. It's really good. 130 pesos. It's their most popular. They put like a foam on it, but it's good. Parker, I'm from United States, but I'm here currently in Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm from Pennsylvania, actually, born and raised in Pennsylvania, lived there the majority of my life, with the exception of 2 years. But welcome, Parker White King. But yeah, I'm from the United States. I'm just living my happy life here in the Philippines. And it's currently 11:20 a.m. Sunday morning, for those who want to know. It's been very windy the last 2 or 3 days. Yes, MLNRT, we do have a Starbucks. There's two actually here in Dumaguete. I don't know if there's more than two, but there's one along the boulevard where I walk. And then there's another one here near the city mall, kind of like the opposite end of Dumaguete. Yakon, I guess Yakin with looks like, I don't know what that is, popcorn emoji. But yeah, so I'm from the United States. Living here abroad in the Philippines, absolutely love it. Yes, warm weather. Yes, you're on an island. Yes, you have ocean. Yes, you have waterfalls. Beautiful nature, but as I repeatedly say over and over, my favorite thing about the Philippines is the people, especially here in Dumaguete. The people are amazing. But yeah, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at. But happy Sunday, which would be Saturday night for a lot of you that are maybe in the US, Canada. Dan Joseph says hello. Hello, Dan Joseph. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. Out for my, I don't know, I walk all times during the day, but just stopped to get some coffee, mocha latte from Yvan. The place is called Yvan, Y-V-A-N. It's really good. I like it. I don't think you can really go wrong with coffee here in the Philippines. There's so many coffee options here. I always say, how do all these places stay in business? And the locals say to me, Sir Michael, Philippine people love their coffee. So I guess if so many people love it, I guess that's what keeps all these places in business. But you do have a lot of options here. Do the lady boys? Nah, nobody bothers you here. Everybody's nice. Quite honestly, when anybody chooses to do with their life, that's basically on them. But everybody's nice to me here. Always nice, and I return the kindness right back to them. Bees popping. Wow, it's been a while. I haven't seen you here in a while, but nice to see you. Michael Hunter is here. Happy, like I said, Sunday morning here in Dumaguete, Philippines. I started walking from very close to my apartment. I try to do these earlier, and I'm proud of myself. I did start this like 11:15, which obviously that's 11:15 at night, Eastern Standard Time. Lime says Saudi. No, this is Dumaguete, Philippines. Lime, I'm just gonna call you Lime. That name's too long for me. No, it's Dumaguete, Philippines. Yeah, bees popping. I miss you too. It's been a while. I'm sure you have better things to do though. You have a life. I understand not everybody can always be here, and I get it. I'm just appreciative of when people do show up. Let me see. MLNRT. Lime says, you bro look like Saudi. I don't know. I've never been to Saudi, so I guess if you think it looks similar, maybe it does. I don't know. Life says, look how many scooters instead of big cars. Honestly, that's always like a topic that's brought up. I don't have a scooter or a car because I walk everywhere. Would I want to own a car here, specifically in Dumaguete? No. There's nowhere to park. Plus, it's just a bigger vehicle to handle driving. Things are I mean, I'm used to driving in the United States. I'm not used to driving here, but it's okay because I exercise and walk a lot. But having a scooter here, motorbike, I think is more practical to get around quicker. You can avoid traffic. You can get around it better. If you need somewhere to park, that's better too. And just a car, I mean, because you need a car for that. I walk everywhere. River Rat, hey River Rat, good morning to you. And River Rat, Griffin says Castaway something. I don't know what that number is, Griffin, but yeah, I'm Castaway. Uh-oh. And when I don't know what happened. Looks like everybody dropped off. Yeah, my phone, somebody was calling me on my phone, ML and RT, and I could have sworn that I put the notifications, turned them off, but maybe it still goes through. So I don't know what happened. I need to look into that better to or phone disrupt. Thank you, DRT. Someone was calling me on my phone. I thought you just simply turn off notifications, but maybe that's not it. Maybe there's something else I need to turn off, more specific, when I'm doing a live stream. But Michael Hunter, it's nice to see you. River Rat, I guess you told me before you were living in Cebu City. I was just thinking when I first met you, when you first started coming to the stream, you were in the States somewhere, or maybe you're from the States. Because every time I read River Rat, I think of muskrat. When we were talking about trying to figure out muskrats. Drew Denzel, hello Drew Denzel. Korean Chewy, hello. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. I'll get the camera off myself. Griffin with the thumbs up. Korean Chewy, I appreciate if I'm saying that right, but I'll just say Korean. I do fly Korean Airlines. I appreciate you subscribing. That's nice. I'm always trying to gain new subscribers or double tap the screen, give me a like. I just share my simple, simplistic life here in the Philippines. But it's a Sunday morning, 11:30. I'm from United States, Korean. Chewy, but I'm living here in Dumaguete, Philippines. And I'm getting closer to the city. Obviously, this is Silliman College, Silliman University. It's like the high school, the college. Obviously, they don't go to school today, so that's why it's very quiet through here until I'm not far, a few blocks away from the city. Castaway Drift. It's Griffin, it would be Castaway Drift, but yeah, that's me. Who else? Drew Denzel. But as I was talking about earlier, I don't know why sometimes I think I have the notifications turned off so a phone call does not disrupt my live stream, but it did. It did. So where in Korea are you from? I mean, obviously with your name, Korean Chewy, I'm assuming you're from Korea. Again, I fly Korean Airlines when I fly to and from United States. I love Korean food is amazing, at least on the airlines it is. I know sometimes airline food can be hit or miss, but it's actually one of the main positives of flying on Korean Airlines. Old West says, how long have you been living there now? Well, it's almost 2 years, Old West. About 2 years. I've gone home, I mean, if I do the math, I came to the Philippines for the first time in Asia, all that stuff, July of 2024. Was only supposed to stay for 2 months. Within 2 weeks of me basically going back home, I wasn't ready to go back. I liked it here so much I wanted to stay longer, so I stayed. I mean, obviously, I had the time off, financially could do it, so I stayed. So ended up from July of 2024 till March 17th of 2025. By that time, I knew and figured out that I could kind of live here, you know, my home away from home. And then I decided I was going to come back. So I was in, like I said, went home March of 2025, came back in June of 2025, shortly after. And then I've been here ever since. Then, unfortunately, not to bring this up on repeat, June 8th, I went home this past June 8th to visit my mother, my family, because my mother wasn't doing well, but she unfortunately passed away on June 25th. So, yeah, I'm dealing with the loss of my mother, and I have up and down days. I must admit, it's not easy. Obviously, we only go through this once, losing our mother, and I guess everybody's relationship with their mother is different, but mine, I'd like to say, was a good, loving relationship, and it's very, very difficult. Maybe even the past week, I've dealt with more like mourning and being sad than I felt since June 25th. But Neil, I appreciate it. Old West. Hey, no worries. Koreans in Manila. Griffin said I subscribed you. I got to say hello to my friend here, security. Edwin, yes. You want to say hi?
Hi.
You know, give me a fist bump. You know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Are you good today?
Yeah.
You don't have sore eyes?
No.
You better not. He is Guapo 1A.
Oh.
Guapo 1A. Edwin Silliman University Security. If I need to go to the bathroom, I go right over here, cafeteria. Edwin treats me like a student, an older student, but that's okay. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk. Amping always. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I didn't mean to get derailed talking about my mom, but I'll be honest, guys. Like I cover it up as best as I can sometimes and tell myself, hey, I'm moving forward, I'm going to be positive, but I'm telling you, losing my mom is unlike anything I've ever experienced traumatic in my life. I'm glad and thankful that I'm here in the Philippines. I think it helps, what do you want to call it, the healing process or whatever, but it's hard. I mean, it's really hard. And I keep saying the same thing to everybody. If your mother is still alive, example, if you tell her you love her 10 times a day, tell her you love her 20 times a day. If you hug her 10 times a day, hug her 20 times a day. And I apologize, I'm not trying to make the basis of my live stream about my mother, but it always, one way or another, seems to go back that way, and that's okay because my mother's always going to be with me anyway. But that was why I most recently went home from June 8th until July 9th because of the passing of my mom. So I did go home 30 days that time, which that's rough. Going home for 30 days, traveling all that way, 12-hour time difference, only there for less than 30 days really, and then traveling all that way back within 30 days, that's a lot. I bounced back quickly. It's probably a combination of everything, you know, the jet lag. My body really didn't get much time to adapt, probably because of the stress of what my mom was dealing with, and then, you know, she later passed. But you combine all those things, I'm sure that kind of threw my health into a little bit of a spiral in a way. But I guess I'm thankful for the health that I do have, because it allows me to, I like to think I'm bouncing back, but it's hard, man. It's really, really hard. And I don't want to use my live stream as some sort of therapeutic thing. But just like, if your mother's alive, even your father, I mean, obviously mothers are different than fathers, but just don't take for granted when she's alive, that kind of stuff. Kenny says, I got hooked on Korean barbecue when I lived in Hawaii. That sounds really good. I don't think I've ever had Korean barbecue yet. Not that I know of. I've had many different varieties of Korean food, at least on the airlines. But I like a lot of Asian food. I like Japanese food. I like, Japanese ramen. I like Japanese udon. It's like a soup. I like a lot of Asian food, I'll be honest with you. More than I ever thought. But I'm not really a picky eater. Korean chew. All right. I'm just going to nip this in the butt once and for all because everybody seems to ask this question. And I don't really share my personal life, everything, on YouTube. But I'm going to share it now, but I'm not going to get into the specifics as to why. Currently, as of several months, maybe you guys figured it out. Maybe this is why I need to address it. I don't have a girlfriend. I did, and for not bad reasons, not without getting specific, I'm on my own right now. That's kind of the way I wanted to do it. I just didn't feel, I guess, ready, right about it, something. And to be honest with you, with everything that transpired with my mom, I don't know. Honestly, I just want to do my thing right now. My focus is kind of all over the place, honestly. Like I said, I don't want to turn this into that. But there you go. Anybody, DRT, you guys all know. But in the future, one thing I've learned, and it's not like nothing against any of you, I think I've learned that some things in your personal life, it's better to leave. And for me, in my opinion, it's better to leave off of social media. But no, Che didn't do anything wrong. She's not a bad person. Nothing like that. It's me. As simple as that. It's just me. And it's a learning process. I'm new to the Philippines. I'm new to the culture. I'm new to this area. I want to be as, mature, wise as possible about things, and relationships are certainly one of those things. And I didn't like the idea of not sharing it, but after so many times, I get asked all the time. And I don't want people to, if you put two and two together, you're going to see that, you're going to see that I'm avoiding the question. And again, I wasn't trying to be, dishonest or anything like that. That's just, but it's been a while. But we're still friends. It's not as, I guess, for me anyway, it's not as bad as you always think. Jeff, the coffee is good. It's almost gone. I got it from Yvonne, Y-V-A-N, Yvonne. Really good. I like it. They're about putting the foam on the top. Kind of reminds me of like a sweet foam. I know Dunkin' Donuts has done that way back when. I remember having sweet foam on coffee. I don't usually get a lot of sugar-related things. Probably best just to get black, but hello, Joaquin. Oh no. Korean chew, I appreciate the question. I just don't want to get into any specifics about that. Relationships. My channel's not a dating site anyway. I'm certainly not Mr. Dr. Love, or I don't have all the answers or the best advice. I just don't want to get into it. So I hope you can understand that. It's just something I'd rather not talk about. SUV Fusion says, pin today is my birthday. On me, guys. So pin SUV Fusion. Are you saying, hold on. Are you saying today is your birthday? You're from Washington, D.C., I see that. Because if it's your birthday, I sing happy birthday to people on my live stream. Just because I think it's cool, and I like I don't know, celebrating someone's birthday. Korean says, I got you. And I appreciate that. Like I said, we all have life, and like I said, it's not bad. I just felt like I can't not, I'm just an honest person. I just like to put it out there. So yeah, now everybody knows. Come to my life. I don't know what you mean, come to your life. Maybe you mean come to your life. I'm trying to figure out if it's your birthday, but Korean, I'm kind of going back here because I apologize for missing some, but I'm going to go towards the public market. Where are you? Joaquin, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. That's where I'm at, Dumaguete, Philippines. 11:42 a.m. in the morning. Sunday morning, which if you're on the Eastern Standard Time, it's Saturday night. Bert, hello, Bert, I see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, I love it here in the Philippines. It's been really windy, though. It's still windy today, but not as bad. I mean, obviously, you can see stuff just blowing all over the place, but that's another thing. I'm kind of trying to be careful when I'm walking. There's probably loose stuff, and the wind picks it up, and I've seen a lot of stuff blown all over the place. You kind of take for granted thinking everything's attached, nice, tight, and snug, and you just never know. So I'm kind of paying attention to foreign objects flying around. And it's not as windy as what it was yesterday or the day before. Like at the boulevard with the wind coming off the ocean, it was so windy, like I couldn't even have had it live. Kenny says, all right, Kenny and Subic, why you pick Duma? Honestly, I don't know why. Maybe Dumaguete picked me, but I'm glad that, I'll be honest with you, it's the people here that I love really the most, Kenny. It's the people here. They speak the Visayan language. That's not to say other places don't have nice people that speak different dialects or anything like that. They call Dumaguete the city of gentle people. I've experienced it. Like, I can see why they do, because everybody is so nice and welcoming here. But I've only lived, when I say the word lived, in 2 locations. Here, in 4 months, I lived in Bacolod. But honestly, Bacolod just didn't have that vibe for me. I mean, when I was in Bacolod, it's definitely big city life. It's all about shopping malls, and I don't know. I think it's good for people maybe that aren't that active, but that's just my opinion. There's so many more things to see here, although I'm at the public market now. I just think it's just different here. And I mean, I'll go towards the ocean, the water. It's not far from here. But there's just more to see. I think Dumaguete is positioned in a good location. You have the port. You can take a fast boat in about 35 minutes or so to Siquijor Island. You can take a boat to Cebu Island. You can take a boat to Bohol. There's just a lot, for me, in my opinion, there's just a lot more going on. And it's very convenient to get from place to place. But that's kind of like a little bit of the reasons why I picked Dumaguete, Kenny. And again, when I was in Bacolod for 4 months, then that gave me the opportunity to compare something. Bacolod, they speak Ilonggo. People seem more focused. I was living in the city, though. People seem more, I don't know, interested in their careers and focused on school, which is fine. Here, more people, they just seem more welcoming, in my opinion. But again, that's my experiences. I'm not saying everybody that's been here in Dumaguete feel the same as I do. Could, but that's what I experience. And I walk out and about, surround myself with the people all the time. And here in the public market, in my opinion, this is like I love the public market. This is like the heart and soul of the Philippines. Jock says, do you ever get bored? Quite honestly, no. But I throw in, when I can, some trips waterfalls. You know, I like hiking and stuff. Uh, but no, I don't get bored because I enjoy walking. I enjoy my health. I enjoy still interacting with the people. I don't just, like now I'm doing a live stream. I don't just come out and ignore people. When I'm not doing a live stream, I'm talking to a lot of the locals, and getting to know them, forming friendships. You know, certain people that you buy from when you go into a public market, you kind of form like this business relationship, you know, and it's nice. You can buy something and sometimes they'll slip a couple extra pieces of fruit in your bag or something like that, you know, free. It's just nice. But no, I don't get bored. I really don't. I'm so focused on my walking, my exercise, using the gym where I live and stuff like that. But that is, you know, my life is, I mean, I feel like I'm on a constant vacation, but that doesn't mean it technically is. Hello, how are you? Mayong buntag. Hapon, it's 11:40. It ain't hapon yet. After 12, it's mudto. See, I get confused sometimes. I say mayong buntag because it's a morning. He just said mayong hapon. I'm like, I thought hapon was after 1 o'clock. Half True says, do the police harass? I never see any harassing whatsoever. I gotta throw this. It can be challenging to find a trash can, but I'm gonna look. Hold on. Because I don't like to just throw trash. Although that can be, oh, there's a trash can right here. Although that can be a habit of some people, just throwing trash. See, like me, trash can. Take care of business. But half truths, as far as that, I don't see that. They're all nice to me. I meet, you know, law enforcement. I meet security guards. I meet, like, I make friends with everybody. It's just very easy, very natural. And I was never, before I came to the Philippines, I wouldn't have classified myself as some sort of social butterfly. But it's very easy to become that here in the Philippines. Yeah, Kenny, I don't see any like that kind of stuff. Not me. Maybe somebody else has experienced that, but I haven't seen it. Nightwolf says, good to see you, Michael. How are you? I'm doing good. Bert says Mike owns a strip clubs. You must be talking about some other Mike. I don't own those strip clubs. Tony from Santa Fe is here. How you doing? My brother from another mother. I hope your health is doing good. My health is great, Tony. It's just mentally sometimes I still have my moments, and not to keep talking about it, but I just have my moments with the loss of my mom. Quite honestly, I guess I have to take a moment and realize, Michael, she only passed away on June 25th. It hasn't been that long. So that's like the hardest for me right now. More so the past week or so, I don't know. I guess it hits everybody kind of differently. You're just, like I said, I don't like to keep talking about it, but you just feel like you're in a dream or something, and you know, your mother didn't pass, but it is what it is. River Rat says, have a good day, headed out to explore. That's good to hear. I like the idea. Go explore and have fun. Trying to go back. But no, Jock, I don't get bored. There's always something to brighten my day. Like just waking up healthy and alive and feeling good, have no health issues, nothing. I mean, that's a win in itself. And I just enjoy, I mean, walking, I do it. That's part of my health routine. Using the gym, rotating days, push-ups, squatting, whatever people do, I stick to my physical fitness regimen, and walking is a big part of it. And for me, it's awesome to be able to do all this walking here in another country where the people are awesome, and that don't get boring. I mean, there's always something to see here. So many beautiful people, good hearts. Yeah, that doesn't get boring for me. What's the weather? 12 years ago, I remember here every day. We will never forget her, brother. 12 years ago, yeah, it's like, I can't even imagine. Like, and I remember you mentioned that, Tony, before. I can't even imagine. Terrence says, hello from North Carolina. Terrence, nice to see you. Sorry for your loss. Again, and I apologize for even, it always somehow gets connected into my live streams, and maybe that's just a good thing. My mother is going to be a part of everything, more so that since I've lost her in my life going forward, than any other point in my life probably, and maybe that's just why it's just supposed to be that way. Tony says it doesn't hurt to talk about it. It helps, and you're right. Kenny says you rarely see any police unless roadside. Yeah, you see those occasional roadside. They're getting people for either not wearing helmets, or maybe they're checking to see if people have a driver or, a license, which, I don't know. From what the locals tell me, a lot of them don't have a license simply because I guess they can't afford it, maybe. No, I lost my mother 12 years ago, and it was just like yesterday. Yeah, so like when you tell me that it's 12 years ago, and mine's only been, since June 25th, and you say it feels like yesterday, I mean, maybe what I'm going through is simply just normal. It's just hitting me harder now. But like I said, I'd be lying if I said, oh, I'm doing good. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy and I'm doing good, but it's hard, man. Like, it's really, really hard. Jock asked me if I drive in the Philippines. No. I don't have, honestly, because I walk everywhere. That's an easy answer. I'm perfectly situated here in the Philippines, where everything's accessible for me by foot. Now, some people might think even a simple walk through Dumaguete is too much, and that's fine. I love to walk everywhere. I enjoy it. It's never too far for me. Not far enough sometimes. If I ever do get any type of motor vehicle, it will be a motorbike. I will never own a car. I have no desire to own a car, for one thing. Here, I don't want the responsibilities of a car. Motorbike is just much easier to get around. Certainly find the parking place spot, because here in Dumaguete, parking is very limited, especially within the city. When I get groceries, I get a couple bags and I carry them. I carry them back to my apartment. Basically from the grocery store, Robinson here, or the public market, or Belchris is another import store. I'd say from there to my apartment is, I don't know, between 1 and 1.5 miles. That's no big deal to walk that and carry some bags for me. Essentia says, yeah, I don't know. Do you have to order jump every 90 days? No, you don't have to do that every 90 days. Here, if you're asking this question, me as an expat foreigner, I get a maximum of 3 years consecutively here in the Philippines. 3 years. So, example, I just went home on June 8th to the US. I had been here prior to my departure just about a year. So technically I was only a year into the 3 years. But when I went to the US and I come back, that 3-year cycle starts all over again. So, but you get 3 years consecutively from what I've learned since being here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd recommend, if you're gonna be here, wait until 2 years and 11 months to finally decide to depart, but that's up to you. But yeah, and then your tourist visa extension, you can extend 2 months at a time, which I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. It's not an inconvenience. Some people may see that as being an inconvenience. I gotta go to immigration every 2 months. It's like I said, it's not that big a deal. I'm retired. I'm doing what I want. I don't care if I have to go there. And you time it right and you go in there and you kind of try to prepare yourself so you're not in there. You know, when I go there, like typically when you go to extend, they give you a little form. You fill it out. It's the same thing every time. Well, to save myself some time, I just take a couple blank forms, fill them out before I get there. I have the form as soon as I get there. And then I hand it to the gentleman, the security, working there, giving people numbers and order, and then they just let me go in. Because if you go there and you fill out the form, there's other people that might get there after you, but they fill the form out faster than you, then you're waiting behind them. I just try to help myself cut corners, I guess, and get in and get out. So like I was just there. I had to take my passport in for an extension. I took it Monday of last week and I'll pick it up. I'm at the water now and I'll go back tomorrow to pick up my passport. Half truce. Great question. How do you earn money there? I'm retired, so I have a pension and I have savings. That's how I live here. That's my source of income. That's what I had to figure out before deciding to come here. But that's not the only reason I came to the Philippines. Some people do choose the Philippines because of financial reasons. For me, when I first came to the Philippines, I would just simply came here just to explore, live my life, try and see something different and look at ideas for a future after I'd retire working in America. Well, I loved it so much here. Like I said, I stayed longer than 2 months. And once I looked into things, thankfully, I'm blessed and thank God that I had a pension, that I was able to start at the age of 55. And yes, I'm 56 as of April, my birthday. I turned 56 in April. So I'm fortunate to have a pension. Not everybody has a job where they have a pension. So that would probably make it difficult being able to retire at a healthy age. That's what I'm at. I'm healthy. Physically able to do all these things. Now, Sikihor Island is a bit weird. I don't know if it's clouds or Cebu, you can barely see. But it's very windy here, so I'm not going to stay here that long. You'll be able to hear me. It's very, very, like, as you can see, it's windy here. So I'm going to, like, turn around the other way. Bear with me. I apologize for the wind. That's why I'm not hanging. Like, yesterday I was here because I was walking. I could have done a live stream. It was worse yesterday. I mean, the dirt and the sand was picking up. It like gets in your face. I don't mind the breeze when I'm walking, but doing a live stream, there's too much wind blowing. Yeah, I'm gonna get away from here because it's too windy. But I just wanted people to see it. But yeah, like this is how that's the port right there. You can get a boat. Take the boat from there. Go to Sikihor Island, which you cannot see. You can get a boat to Cebu. And beyond that, out here is Bohol, because this is the Bohol Sea. I just like the convenience, the setup of Dumaguete, and it kind of goes back to the question I was asked earlier, is why Dumaguete? And between living here and Bacolod, it was a no-brainer for me. I just didn't have a vibe, and I just didn't have a vibe in Bacolod. It was very boring. That's honestly how I felt. It's boring. If you're a person that just likes to go to the malls, I guess they have a lot of malls. They have the Ayala Mall. They have SM Mall, which is very big. If you're into the shopping lifestyle and just all that stuff, that's probably perfect for you. I'm not the biggest fan of malls. If I wanted malls, I just would have stayed home in America. Forever Man says, I'll be there this coming Friday. Does that mean you'll be here in Dumaguete or you're going to be here in the Philippines? Sorry, just asking you more specifically. But that's awesome wherever you're going to be. Yes, Burton, malls in America are dying. See, even now, like the breeze like blowing in my face, like you can see the tree. It's just windy. Like I said, it feels good, but you have to, I'm always looking above, like branches been falling out of the trees. Like I don't remember it being this windy, especially yesterday and the day before. I mean, you're literally walking into the wind like DJ Kirby Puckett. Oh, forever man, you're going to Dumaguete. That's really cool. Well, welcome to Dumaguete. I don't know if you've ever been here before, but I hope you enjoy it. I know I love it here. Not everybody does. Everybody's different, which is okay. I mean, you have over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. I don't think they're all inhabitable, but my point being is, if you're a warm weather person, you like tropical hot weather and just nature and coconut trees and banana trees and sugar cane and rice, and just, if you like that kind of stuff, I think you'll love it here. But that's just my opinion. I know I love it. It's not for everybody. Some people could come here and they'd hate it, and that's okay. I've been places that I didn't actually enjoy, not here in the Philippines, I'm talking other countries, but I never hated any place. But the people, I cannot stress that enough. That is why I feel so comfortable and so happy. It's like a family here. I can't, but that's me. I put myself in situations, surround myself, put myself in the community to be able to meet people. If you come here, in my opinion, embrace the community, embrace the culture, put yourself out there, intermix, intertwine, with the people. You don't have to. I just don't think that would be much fun. It's kind of like your own little world, and I would get lonely and boring for me. Half-true cell towers. I've seen one from my apartment, which is way at the opposite end of town. I think they're up in the mountains somewhere. But I think I do see one that looks like a cell tower from my apartment window, which you can't see it from here. True Danger Zone King says there are lots of Philippines peoples here, and PAK is PAK. Is that Pakistan maybe? PAK? Bert says Angeles City, close to Clark Airport, is brownout. Yeah, there's been brownouts like popping up for the past few days, but it's been like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, goes off, comes back on. But that's just recently. I don't know why. And different locations. It's not like it's the whole city. I mean, I was walking the other night, walking home, bright lights, and all of a sudden, boom, it's like someone turned off the power switch. And then I walked like maybe 6-7 blocks, and then I got to the end, and then the power was on in that area. Okay, Pakistan, I got you. Tommy says, good morning from sunny and beautiful Sweden. Tommy's Jostrom. Well, welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines, Tommy. Appreciate you being here. My name's Michael, from the United States, living here abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines. And also, if anybody's here that's new to the channel and you feel like joining a great community on my channel, there's great people here. You're more than welcome to subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And simply put, it just helps my channel grow. Just sharing my simplistic life of happiness, positive energy, simple happiness. I don't know how else to put it. Being healthy is very key though. People always say, what is the saying? We always have a million problems in our life, but once we get a health problem, we only have one problem, something to that effect. Without good health, which is what I have, and I'm thankful and blessed, I don't know if I'd be able to enjoy this as much. Forever Man said, been living on the island almost 2 years. Good for you. Now, have you ever been to Dumaguete, Forever Man? Have you been here before, or this will be your first time? True Danger said malls are a happening new thing here. That's good, because I think malls, when I go to the mall here in Dumaguete, now you have like Lee Plaza here, not quite like a mall, not like the Robinson Mall. I mean, for me, malls were like a part of my past. That's like, you know, there's so many good memories of malls. It was before smartphones and all that stuff existed. We all socialized together. You know, we hung out at the mall, the arcade, playing games, meeting our friends. Obviously using a payphone if you had to communicate with people, but I'm trying to go back. Bert said monsoon happening now in northern Philippines. Yeah, I know there was like that system that was like went north of here. And again, Dumaguete, it's not that we don't get, you know, typhoon like weather here, but it always seems like when something's coming, or if it does go through here, it always like it doesn't get as bad as what they anticipate. It's almost like the locals tell me the outer islands seem to protect it and break it up here and make it less. The weather is just weaker. But I love it here, man. Like I said, Dumaguete for me is perfect. That's not to say I couldn't go visit somewhere else and prefer to live there better. But for now, living here is just perfect for me. But that's living. I'm not talking a vacation spot. Of course, I want to go to Palawan or someplace like that. I don't know if I could necessarily live there. Is lunchtime, what are you going to eat? I usually eat my lunch after I do a live stream, just because I don't want to, you know, you guys would get bored sitting watching me eat. And usually I usually pay with Gcash, so I'd have to use my phone to pay for food. But yeah, you guys would be bored watching. Uh-oh, I see Chris here. Chris is here, says, let's do this. Welcome, my brother Chris. Are you still in the DR, or are you back in the States? Steven says, is it expensive to live there? I guess that depends on what kind of a lifestyle you want, but it is significantly cheaper, like rentals of an apartment, of a house, furnished, unfurnished, going out to restaurants. Is like everything is less expensive here. That's what allowed me to retire at my age, living off of my pension and savings. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this, so that's why it's a blessing. I mean, listen, I'm healthy. I acted right away once I felt like I liked this place enough. I'm a warm weather. I like sun all year round. I'm out in it all the time, although today's cloudy. But I'm an outdoor guy, warm weather guy. So check that off the list for me. I love the ocean. I love nature. Now all the waterfalls that are here and the beauty that there is here in the Philippines that I have yet to even see yet, check that off. And obviously, apartment rentals vary. It depends on what you want. I could actually get something probably bigger, just as nice, furnished for less than what I pay right now. But I chose my apartment simply because of convenience. It's modern. It's very small. Some people joke and say it's the size of a shoebox. They say my studio apartment's the size of like a prison cell. Oh, whatever. I'm like, I don't care though. I'm not here to be in my apartment. I'm not here to hang out in my apartment. Bed, air conditioned, shower, kitchen, refrigerator, water dispensing machine. Like everything I need is right there, but I'm never there. And do I want to spend a lot of time cleaning my apartment? No. So the smaller it is, the less I got to clean up, which, you know, makes sense to me. But again, if you want something bigger with a lot of rooms, then go for it. But you can only sit in one room at a time. But I'm by myself. I don't care about having a big apartment. Yes, I could find one for less money somewhere else, but I have security, I have a gym, I have a pool, I have all that stuff that I want. And I'm very content with it, but everybody's different. What I like doesn't mean somebody else is gonna like it, and that's okay. But I always just laugh when these people, if you wanna see an apartment video, Whoever asked that question about the cost and stuff, I did a very unprofessional, quickly put together apartment tour, complex tour of my apartment because so many people had requested it. I get jokes about it. People will say, could you not swing your camera so much? I don't know if it's making them feel sick or something when they watch the video. I'm like, ay, ay, ay. Like, it's just funny how people nitpick about stuff. Or they're just trying to be a butt. Your butt in the Philippines is called labut. So I teach you something in Bisaya. Your rear end is called labut in the Philippines. So sometimes people can be a pain in my labut because they just like to nitpick. But yeah, watch that apartment tour video. It's simple, unprofessional. I did it in a hurry. I didn't plan on like making some apartment video, but I did it at the request of others. Like 10 minutes, 11 minutes long. Shows you where I live, what I have. And it's perfect for me. That doesn't mean it would be perfect for you. That's perfectly fine. Some people need it. I mean, I have a television in my apartment, but I don't care because I don't watch it. Some people need more things to entertain them because maybe they plan on hanging out in their apartment more. Maybe they have a physical disability and they need to stay in their home more, which I get. For me, I don't have a physical limitation. My goal is to be out active every day to keep my health as optimal as possible. So yeah, watch that video and give it a like. And if I make you dizzy or seasick or motion sickness from watching, which I didn't think it was that bad, but I apologize for that too. United Dreddy that's a long name. I was gonna call you United Ted Reddy. Like done, okay, my dear honorable friend Michael. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Simply double tap on the screen and give me a like. Would be great. Tony says efficiency apartments. Yeah, that would be mine. The garden says crazy humidity. I don't think it's that humid. It's not that bad for me. But yeah, if you're a person that doesn't like the heat, you're probably not gonna like it here. But
Hi.
How are you?
Good day.
Mayung Muto. She's busy.
Yeah.
That's a very popular game.
Yeah.
What is this game called?
Called COD.
Everybody plays this game. Everybody plays that game. Good, I'm good. Happy, Sunday? Oh, there he is, Mr. Guapo. I can never tell, is it you or your twin doing all the dancing videos, the vlog? Is that you? That's you. Wow, you got like a little, you can move. And then you do the one you're walking behind a tree, and then your girlfriend, is it your wife or your girlfriend? She comes out of the tree like, yeah, I like that. That was very creative. I saw that, very creative. All right, I'll see you guys later. Jock says, do I ever plan to get married? You know what, Jock? I don't, I've learned, I think maybe it's just something as I got older. For me personally, I don't put expectations on anything anymore. I live one day at a time, like right now in this moment. I appreciate yesterday, I learned from yesterday, whatever it may be. Tomorrow, I'll worry about tomorrow when it gets here. I mean, of course, you plan some things in life, obviously travel, whatnot, but overall, my life, I don't set expectations for anything. Because for me, it's like, what's the point? Because if I set expectations for something and I don't meet those expectations, you know, maybe it'll affect me in a certain way. So I just, nope. I don't know. If I'm supposed to get married, it'll happen. I don't think in my mind, oh, I want to be married someday. Because if I just think, oh, that's something I want to accomplish in life, to be married or anything else, then maybe I force it. Like maybe I just am so focused on, with your question, being married, that I just try to find someone to be married with and don't take my time. If I'm meant to be married, sorry about the wind because it's windy. Again, if I'm meant to be married, it'll happen. If not, oh well. I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. I don't have expectations for myself other than right now being healthy, doing the best I can, being happy today. And I don't know if that really answered your question, but that's how I feel. Lechon pig, roasted pig meat with skin is the best. Yeah, I think the skin's the best part on lechon. But I also like lechon manok too. Chris, I see you. Bert says good night. Thank you, Bert. Appreciate seeing you again, Chris. I probably missed when you said if you were still. I asked you if you were back or you were still in Dominican Republic, DR. Zippy World, hello, Zippy World. I see you. Kind of going back. United says, already subscribed, my dear honorable friend Michael. I appreciate United, you being a subscriber. That's great. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tony. It's like that video, that old man. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift. That's amen to that. Thank you. That's perfect. You reminded me of that. I almost forgot about that little saying. Chris says he's flying home tomorrow via San Juan. Well, definitely have a safe trip, Chris. And I appreciate you stopping by. Again, was going to possibly do a stream with a Sunday here. I was going to do one yesterday, Saturday, too windy. I was going to do one Friday, too windy. US3ID says, how long have I been here? And nice to see you, US3ID. I think I'm on 2 years or close to it, give or take, US3ID, because if you do the math, which I'm just lazy about it, but I got here in June of 2024, went home to the US in March of 2025 until June of 2025, stayed here until June 8th of this year, until July 9th, so like 30 days because of my mother. I got to be close to like 2 years, I'd say, total being here in the Philippines, which in my opinion, I'm still a newbie, trying to figure out which way I want to go. Either way I go, I think I'm going to hit wind. I could probably go towards the mall. I'll go towards the mall for you guys because I know a lot of people that never seen the malls here, or they question whether or not there are malls here in the Philippines. I've had people say, are there actually malls in the Philippines? And I'm like, yes, there are. But they remind you of the malls in the 80s, in my opinion. That's what it reminds me of. But I'm going to go through here. Quezon Park, however you say it. I get corrected on how to pronounce this park all the time. Yes, there's air conditioning in the malls, The Guardian. Dumaguete, and where else did you stay longer than a month? US3, I lived in Bacolod for 4 months, which is northwest of here. And the bottom half of this island is Negros Oriental. The top half is Negros Occidental. So it's like Visaya down here, and I guess in the northern part it's all Ilongo, or maybe split up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, like I said, there's one Jollibee here, there's another one. I mean, I don't eat at Jollibee's, but there are 2. Well, then there's one in the mall, that's 3. There's definitely a lot of Jollibee's here in the Philippines. Chris says, lechon pigskin, red horse, good for karaoke parties. I agree with you, Chris, on the food. I don't drink alcohol. No red horse, no Tanduay long neck, no smoking, none of that. I don't put anything in my body that I don't feel does me any good. But that's okay that you do. There's no worries. I just don't really do it. But nice seeing you, Chris. US3ID says, east of Iloilo, short ferry ride, Bacolod. Yep. Oh, there's Ruby Red. She's from Italy. Hello, Ruby Red. It's so nice to see you. I appreciate you stopping by from Italy. That would be cool someday. I mean, Italy is definitely was always some place that I had imagined visiting someday. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but it's okay. But it's nice to know that somebody's actually in my live stream from Italy. I think that's very cool. I think you're the only person I know from Italy that actually is from Italy that's, participates in the live stream. WG Powell says, brother, thank you for taking us along your journey outside USA. WG Powell, I appreciate that comment. That's all I want to do. And like I said, it's simple. I walk every day regardless. So me, incorporating my live streams in my walk was just something I thought of one day. Why not? It just lets people see things, This is what I see all the time. Always plenty of 7-Elevens everywhere. And, that's what I do. I'm just like, the simplicity of life. I'm thankful and I'm blessed. I don't take anything for granted. And as I said, I live in the moment. I live in each day. Life is so precious, man. It really is. And like I said, I don't always like to be sentimental and bring up my mother, but that's the hardest thing for me right now. So as happy as I am being here in the Philippines, it's a whole new challenge, whatever, journey for me not having my mother, I was so used to her calling 3 to 4 times a week, video chatting me. Yes, I still talk to my father, and that's great, but I miss being able to talk to my mom. It was important to her to call me while I was here living abroad. It was important to me to hear from her. I anticipated it. Now it's surreal. Like it's just a different challenge for me. And one step in front of the other is about all I can do. Pax Packney, done, thank you. WG Powell says, oh yeah, brother, that is tough. But it's nice seeing you, Pax Packney. Hold on, I wanted to, WG says, I've noticed brilliant, courageous. USC says, have you visited Thailand or Vietnam? No, I have not visited there yet. I've thought about going, but the Philippines just seems best for me. Everybody speaks English. That's I would definitely visit there, but right now it's just not important to me. I'm more interested in going and visiting other places within the Philippines right now. Obviously, Palawan being one, Boracay. Palawan, Boracay, and Camiguin or Camiguin, might be Camiguin Island. That would be, the 3 top places I want to go. Behold, but it's I'm in no hurry. I'm fine, I'm just enjoying what I have right now. Someday though, but yeah, definitely for living, I haven't heard one way or another that in Vietnam how many people speak English. I don't think it's like here in the Philippines. Thailand certainly is not like in the Philippines. I know people that have been there, and that's one of the most challenging things is, communicating with local people. Welcome to the Philippines, says Stella Lynn. Yes. WG says, I admire your strength. I mean, I guess I have strength. I don't know. But it's just hard. I will not deny that. I don't know whether I'm strong or not. Sometimes maybe I hold things in too much, and maybe that's why sometimes I just have an emotional release occasionally. But man, like I said, losing a mother is just, it hits differently. It hits differently. But I'm going towards the mall. Chris, no, I have not been to Manila. But it's funny because I was recently talking to my friend David, Swiss Humanity. The main thing I would want to see in Manila, I just want to go to the Mall of Asia and buy a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but I know I would have very good options for buying my Brooks walking shoes, sneakers, running shoes. That would definitely be a bonus. But yeah, like right now, whew, it's windy. And my apologies, I'm just like trying to keep my hat. But yeah, it's a little windy. Clarice Villa Alonga, I think, says hello. Um, oh yeah, forever man. I've been to Sikihor already. Sikihor is very nice. But I think I'm definitely looking forward to Palawan, you know. But probably like, I don't know, if I had to choose a place right now, I'd probably want to go to Boracay first just because I have some friends that live up near there that I'd like to meet for a first time. Apo Island, forever man. That's where my friend David and I are supposed to go there. With the wind right now, it's probably, and the waters are a little rougher. It's probably not a good idea to go like right now, on like a day like today. But yeah, Apo Island, yeah, I brought my snorkel and my very nice mask that I had bought when I lived in Florida. And I used to just snorkel all the time in the beaches on the east coast of Florida. I didn't bring my flippers, but I can get another pair here. Yeah, you got buses, everything, WG Pal, motorbikes, tricycles. It can look a little, I don't know, overwhelming, like, but it's not that bad. You get used to it, especially here in Dumaguete. Like, people are very, in my experiences, I always have to say for me, because someone might have a different story, but in my experiences walking around here in Dumaguete, they're very pedestrian friendly towards me. Very, very pedestrian. Yeah, forever man, you catch the boat from Darwin, you're exactly right. You go to Darwin and then you get a boat. I guess that boat is like, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so? Everybody tells me it's not that long of a boat trip. No, neither of my parents were in the military. But I have a ton of respect for men and women of the military. Believe me, first and foremost. Aside from my mother and father, my heroes are the military, the men and women of the military. Those are the true heroes, not Spider-Man and Captain America and the Hulk and all that stuff. No, it's military, and that's what I love, especially here in the Philippines. I meet a lot of former people, you know, retired military. Some currently, they'd come over here, they're on a vacation or something like that, but Terrence says, how much to ride on a bus? That depends on where you're going, Terrence. I mean, if you're going from one end of the city here in Dumaguete, you're just going to get a tricycle. I mean, that's 20 pesos. You know, test your knowledge if you're in what the going rate is, but that's living and learning. I learned that stuff too. Nice to see you, Mark, from Toronto. I missed Mary Brits. I see you now. You're back, Michael. How's your trip home here from the U.S.? I got back here. I left the U.S. July 9th and got here Philippine time, Cebu. I guess it was after midnight. So it was like July 11th, but after midnight on the 10th. Long travel, my friend. To and from within 30 days. That's a lot. Takes a toll on you, and then, you know, other circumstances, loss of my mom going on, it just kind of beats you up mentally and physically. But I'm not far from the mall, and US3 said, Mark says, cheers, sir, and all chat, Canada. US3 says, on the bus, went 1.5 hours for 300 pesos, $5. Yeah, it's not bad. Like, and I'm not, I've traveled by bus. For me, in my limited experiences on buses, I've been on one trip, it was like 6.5 to 7 hours. That's just too long on a bus, especially if it doesn't make that many stops. You can't just freely drink water, coffee, whatever you consume, because you don't know when or if you're gonna make a pit stop to be able to relieve yourself. So that's the one thing I don't like. Now, people have said there's buses in Manila that have like bathroom CRs on the bus, like, you know, most long travel buses have in America or wherever you're from, but here, no. And I kind of prefer a bus trip probably no more than 4 hours long. I want to be able to drink my coffee and drink water, stay hydrated, do what I want. I don't want to have to worry about can't do this, can't do that, because I don't know if I have to hold my bladder. Yes, WG, my mother did pass away when I was home. I went to the U.S. recently, June 8th, and she passed away on June 25th. And then I returned to the Philippines on the 9th. So, yeah, that's a whole other part of my journey here, living in the Philippines, now living with the loss of my mom. It's hard. That's all I can say. It's hard. Unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And let's face it, we only all go through this once. And it's my turn, one day at a time. Forever Man says, please like and subscribe. I appreciate that, Forever Man. Stella says, my condolences. And again, thank you. I appreciate that. That's why I always, like, the best thing I can say to people, for me, after losing a mom, is anybody who has their mother who's still alive, I just try to tell them, just love her and hug her as much as you can, man, while she's still here. Because someday you're not going to be able to do that again. Physically, in this life, you won't be able to. And if it matters to you, like it matters to me, it's very hard. It's very surreal still. You always wonder how long you're going to feel like this. I don't know. Everybody mourns, everybody heals differently, and as even, I think it was Tony mentioned, his mother's been passed away for 12 years, and he says it still feels like it was yesterday. I mean, yeah, I don't think we ever lose that connection with our mom or our father. Mom, it's just, mothers are just different. I don't know how, I mean, at least my father's still alive, so maybe I'll feel differently when his time comes, which I try not to think about it, but I just know how I felt the minute that my mom was gone. That connection, she carried us, and so it's just, I don't know. I won't keep talking about that anyway. I need to focus on being happy and positive, and I don't want people worrying about their moms other than the simple thing, just hug her a few extra times, tell her you love her a few extra times every day, and don't ever take her for granted. And I mean, you always feel like your parents are going to live forever, and you wish they could, but unfortunately. Abel Hansen's here. US 3 said, I went to Florida on June 3rd, came back June 16th, 13 days, and I was missing the Philippines. I know how I feel. Like, I've been home to the US twice since being here, and I immediately miss being here. It's different. Again, it's not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna feel like me, and that's okay. But I agree with what you say, like 13 days and you missed it. I mean, I was gone a few days and you miss it. I enjoy all these people all over the place. Like, I enjoy this. It's not too crazy. I'm sure like bigger cities, Manila and stuff like that are probably, you know, people might consider chaotic. I like the people here. It's more like a town to me in Dumaguete. Not like major high risers. You can still see the mountains in the background. It's not like you're engulfed like being in New York City and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go into the mall. I see Troy's here. Hello, Troy. Hey, how are you? Mayon Muto. Hopefully it doesn't really glitch. Sometimes when I go from outdoors inside the mall, the connection can have a little bit of a hiccup. So if I do lose you guys, it'll come back. It's like it calibrates sometimes going from outside into the mall. But I see you, Troy Key, Abel Hanson. Dennis Brown says hello. Hello, Dennis Brown. But here, you guys want to see the mall. You don't want to see me. But I mean, it's a Sunday, but it's the malls are always busy. Every day feels like a weekend, but it's definitely busy in the mall here in Dumaguete. I mean, there's always lines of people waiting to eat. I mean, it's not, the restaurants, food courts are always busy. And if you want to ride on the little train, you can even catch a ride on the train. I have not rode it yet. Maybe someday. That would be kind of funny. This is like my favorite store for 100% cotton t-shirts. Unique or Uniqlo, something like that. I'm probably saying it wrong. But that's where I go to buy my 100% cotton t-shirts. And as a matter of fact, that's where I got this one. I do like the clothes in there. I mean, Greenwich pizza. Yes, I've eaten at Greenwich before. I've kind of tried just about everything. Now, I don't eat it every day. Inasal, I do like. Their food is good in Inasal. Chicken marinated, rice, obviously, vegetables of some sort. The halo in here, it's kind of good. It's actually not bad. But you can tell, I mean, the malls are packed. I mean, there's like almost like standing room only in there. I would definitely not be going to eat in any of these places because I wouldn't have anywhere to sit. That's why people ask me if I'm going to eat. I'll take my lunch after the live stream. I'm good. I kind of like to fast early on in the morning. I don't eat a lot of food. You must be having some chess competition or something like that. I don't know but they got all the chess tables set up. And there's always these food stands here. There's my friend there. I'm not going to get anything.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Are you good?
Wow.
You want to say hello?
Hello to your fans out there, everywhere, anywhere around the world.
That's nice. That's true. I'm just showing everybody how busy it is here in the mall.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you? I see that too. Maybe later.
You've been to Casaruro?
Yes, I went. I like it there. It's a nice little hike, but the rocks, when you're walking on the rocks, they're slippy. You have to be careful. Like
You
they're
must wear the footwear that can spike, that has spikes.
kinda. It's almost like walking on ice. That's very, very slip. You have to like be very careful.
And how was the experience?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love it, especially all the steps. It's a good workout for the legs.
Like embracing with the nature.
Yep.
And when you saw the falls, it's like you will be amazed how good.
It's very windy outside.
Yeah.
I don't like too much. Like it's okay, but dirt gets in your eyes. Anyway, I'm gonna walk some. Nice to see you. Amping always. I see you got the calamansi juice for me. The only one I know that has that with honey in it. That's it. Everybody else uses the bad sugar. Fernando Contreras. I see you, Fernando. It's nice to see you. Happy Sunday. Whoops, I don't want to get hit by the train. I'll let the train go by. I know you guys are so thrilled to see a train. Like, I don't know if they still have stuff like this in the malls in America. I don't know. Troy, they do have banana bread there. He's had it. My favorite banana bread that he made, it was like a banana cupcake muffin. It was that, and then he had dark chocolate chips in it. I don't mind eating banana cake. Like they call it banana cake here, more than banana bread, but oh, I saw you, Navy. Amy, I saw you. My apologies, Amy. I should have noticed you right away. You're bright green. I appreciate you being a member, Amy. Not that I really have membership content, but I appreciate you doing that and supporting me. Hope all is well, Amy. But Fernando Contreras, nice to see you. Hi, Troy from Abel from Queensland. The malls in America are barely hanging on. Yeah, that's what everybody tells me. Here, when you're here in the mall, and well, at least in Dumaguete, I think most malls in the Philippines, when you're in the malls here, they're active like the way the United States malls used to be. There's nobody, nobody doing anything in American malls. They're boring. Here, people still come out and it's like they're socializing. Still shopping. And someone asked me if they have like a game room here. They do have something. It's kind of like the skee ball, the ticket machines and stuff like that. And they do have some I forget the one ninja game, but they have like all that, video games. But it's a lot of these ticket machines and stuff like that. Like I said, it reminds you of like going back in a time machine, like all the basketball, all that stuff. Like the claw that comes down and picks up the stuff. Dr. Red said that train in America is probably like $5. Imagine that. $5 to ride a train when you can spend $5 to take a bus trip to somewhere here in the Philippines, Dumaguete to I don't know where, but that's crazy. Potato Corner, Sports. But yeah, this place is packed. Packed. Lovely Cosmos says hello, lovely Cosmos. I remember you got the banana sweets last time. Was that from him? Yep, that was exactly who it was from. Anthony, his name is Anthony. Him and his wife own that little stand or whatever. He's the one that has the calamansi juice that they use honey in it, which I prefer. Look at all those chess things. First long rapid open chess tournament, August 9th. It was today. I don't know if they already did it or they're getting ready to start. It's a lot of chess players. I know I can't play chess. I don't even remember what the rook and all that stuff even does. Derek, this mall is called the Robinson Mall. Just the Robinson Mall in Dumaguete, Philippines. So yeah, people always ask, are there malls in the Philippines? As if it's some like third world country. I'm like, yes, there are malls. Definitely malls, food courts. But welcome, Derek. Yeah, this is Dumaguete, Philippines, Robinson Mall. Plenty of places to eat. Moon Cafe. Kumusta from Oregon, Lowell. Hey, Lowell, how are you doing, my friend? How are you? Well, Saturday for you, Sunday for me. WG says, I don't recall a train in the Mall of America when I last visited in the mid-90s. I know they've actually, I don't know if it was that particular train, but sometimes they've taken it to the boulevard. They've taken it to the boulevard, Rizal Boulevard in Dumaguete, and they've given people train rides on that. But see, like, here are the food court. Like I said, everybody, like, if you eat, you better make sure you can find some dip. Because it's always busy in this mall. They do have Korean food right there. I haven't tried that. Now that I'm thinking of it, I should try that. I've tried the Santa Teresa. Their food is really good. There's actually a restaurant close to my apartment that I can walk to, but that food is really good. I like it a lot. It's basically Philippine food, but it's really good. They have good tuna. You can get tuna from there. It's good. But look at this place. It's like standing room only. But it's like this a lot. This mall is always busy, even during the week. Now it's not maybe quite as busy Monday through Thursday, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, lots of food. I mean, chicken. Look, I mean, the fish. Now I'm getting hungry. Bazinga. Yeah, I've had Bazinga before. It's not bad. Scoobies. I never ate that before. I may have just missed it. That place is huge. Maybe I'll go down. Yeah, Zep. Malls are big in the Philippines. Some have 4 levels. Yeah, I think the SM Mall in Bacolod, I don't know how many levels, but I'm going to guess probably 4, at least 3 or 4 levels in the SM Mall. Again, I'm not a mall. I could care less about stuff like that. I'm so beyond materialistic things. I really don't care. Yes, I need to have good quality Brooks walking shoes. That's a must for me, of course. Obviously, I have a cell phone. I need that, or I wouldn't even be able to do the live stream. But I have my limited amount of t-shirts. I don't want to have a lot of stuff because if I decide to up and go somewhere, I want to be able to have a backpack and just go. Hey, David is here. Good to see you here, doing well. One day at a time, David. That's the best way I can do it. It's been windy outside the past 2-3 days. Still windy today, but not as bad. Yeah, I'm going to be going back outside. And hello, Niels. How are you, Niels? I'm going back outside. The mall can be hit or miss when you're in here. The signal kind of gets better once I come outside. Like the trees, it's definitely... Yeah, once I get outside, like I said, the mall's usually fairly good being inside there. I think it's when I get close to coming outside is when the signal kind of like transfers almost like from indoors to outdoors. Thank you, Niels, though. I hope all is well, Niels. Nice to see you again. Happy Sunday. Hope all is well with you and your family. I mean, yesterday, Niels, was a lot. Yesterday, being Saturday and Friday, the wind was a lot worse. When I get by the ocean, even earlier today, it's just too windy. I mean, yeah, I definitely need to wear a microphone doing the live stream. It's too loud. Taylor Dark says, please play for my family. I'm sorry to hear that, Taylor. Appreciate you being here. Whatever your situation is, your thoughts, thoughts of you and prayers go to you, Taylor. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. This is why I always tell people I prefer to own a motorbike. There's just more opportunities for parking. But it is funny, people always say to me, and I mention this all the time, they're like, Michael, why are you always walking in the street sometimes? Well, because the cars and the motorbikes park on the sidewalks. So I don't have a choice but to go in the street. That might not be necessarily the safest thing to do. It's like you're putting people more or less in harm's way out in the street. But this is how it is. Like, you'll see the parking, everybody just, wherever you can find a spot. Today is basically, as we get a little further down here, it's chicken fight day, as in cockfighting. I'm almost positive it's every Sunday. That's why this is all packed. But yeah, like, I wouldn't want to have a car. I mean, you can see this side, the other side. Like, where would you park a car? I mean, I get it. People have kids and whatever like that, but I don't want a car anyway, but like, look, like that's all full, and all these. I'd never be able to find my motorbike. I mean, I'd want to paint it a color that looks really completely different than what anybody else has to be able to find it. But yeah, like once I get like over, like this is like this building here is like their cockfighting stadium arena. I've never been in there. They've invited me in there before, but go ahead. They've invited me in there before, but yeah, I'm not interested in gambling on some chickens or roosters or whatever the heck they're using. I have no idea. I mean, it would be, but you can see all the people. They sit all. It's like an arena seating. But it's kind of funny. Like I always bring this up. This chicken looks really good, but someone made a joke on this Habibi Irani chicken. But people say these chickens in here must be the ones that lost in the chicken cockfights. They're the losers hanging dinner. But again, if you're new to the channel and you're not a subscriber and you're interested in supporting Castaway Drift, me, Michael, my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. And double tap the screen, give me a like. Simply helps the channel grow. You know, everything's all about the algorithm. But happy Sunday from Dumaguete, Philippines. We're at the bus station again, but yeah, here's the bus. You want to travel, you can go in the one that's non-air conditioned, or you can pay a little bit more for the one that has aircon. I personally will take one that has aircon, because if it starts raining and then everybody puts the windows up on the buses, you're really cooking. You can't breathe. So if you get cold, which a lot of Philippine people get cold in the aircon, bring a sweatshirt. But they did put this place in here, which makes sense. They can give people donuts to buy before they get on the bus. I don't eat donuts, but DJ or DK Jakarta. This is Dumaguete, Philippines. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. Yes, Dog Cats. Cirrus Saris Tours. Yep. Dog Cat Fox says Philippines German Espiritu Linear. I guess maybe that's for Linear is like the bus. I'm not sure. But happy Sunday from Dumaguete, Philippines. It's a lot more cloudier than I thought it was supposed to be here today, but it's all right. Yes, there's the McDonald's. I don't eat that stuff, but Tony, they do have Mexican food. I think it's very limited. The one place that I have heard about that has it, the name escapes me right now. If I think of it, there is one that someone mentioned having Mexican food, which I guess sometime maybe I'll just try it. But I'm so spoiled when it comes to good quality Mexican food, Tony. I don't want to be disappointed, but yeah, like my favorite food, quite honestly, in the world, like if I have to pick my favorite cuisines, definitely Mexican food is first. And then after Mexican food, it's probably a toss-up. I mean, I like kind of everything. I love Philippine food. I obviously love Italian food, but yeah, Mexican's always my favorite. But it's definitely, it's in the 80s. Like I said, though, the heat doesn't bother me. It's nothing I've never experienced. The only difference here in the Philippines for me, it's not the temperature. It can be the strength of the sun, and obviously you're closer to the equator. But again, that doesn't bother me either. For me, you just put yourself out in it and let your body, skin, or whatever adapt to the climate, and you'll be fine. Unless you have some pre-existing, I don't know, health condition or something, that breathing problems or something, I don't know. For me, I'm fine. This heat doesn't bother me. Thanks for saying beautiful things about my country. It's beautiful people, caring people. Go to Wendy's for some Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Wendy's chili is anything like the best Mexican food I've ever had. Then again, I wouldn't say Taco Bell is good Mexican food. Look up the ingredients of what they put in there. I'd rather make my own Mexican food at home. If I can buy the ingredients and make my own burrito, chicken quesadilla, nachos, enchiladas. Yeah, I'd rather make my own. But thank you, Stella Lynn. Yeah, I don't really eat at Wendy's, like fast food. I guess if I'm in a pinch, people always ask me, if your only options were McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and I don't know, where would you go? I'd probably, I don't know, go whoever makes the best beef that's cleanest. I'd rather, Five Guys, I guess, would be a burger I'd prefer to eat if I have that option. I'm just not a big fast food. Oh, guacamole, there you go, yes. I do miss the guacamole. I like Chipotle. I'd eat at Chipotle in the United States. I'd always get the guacamole, but Chipotle, their prices got insane. For a dinky little salad and the toppings, which they're very stingy when it came to putting especially chicken or meat on it, it's ridiculous how much they charge for stuff. Yeah, I don't miss the prices of Chipotle. I could simply go buy all my stuff and make it at home, and it was much better. Yeah, I'd have to look that up, Chris. I mean, I've been to Dominican Republic. I don't remember. I'm trying to picture it on the map. I don't know if, I think maybe in the Philippines you're closer to the equator than in Dominican Republic, but I could be wrong. I'd have to look. I think me being here in the Philippines, I'm closest to the equator than I've ever been. I think. But yeah, guacamole, now you're making me hungry. Again, Zepp said, large expat community there. I mean, I guess you could say it's large, but even with me, I'm out walking around every day. Do I see expats, foreigners? Yeah, but definitely we're the minority. I don't see a lot of them. But then I also don't see a lot out walking all over the place like I do. Some do, but if you're saying like day to day when I'm out and about, walking the streets of Dumaguete, through every part of the city and the town, public markets everywhere, even in the mall, it's more of the locals here. I mean, I'm sure if you did the statistical numbers and stuff like that, I'm sure the community is considered high, I guess, to an extent, but I really don't see many. I do, but not, I don't know, not as much as I guess if you think you would. That's good. You can just buy the ingredients and make it yourself. Yeah, I like to cook. I've always enjoyed cooking. I'm very self-sufficient. I can take care of myself. I'm okay with that too. I don't need somebody to do everything for me to survive. I enjoy cooking, and usually when you enjoy something, you're usually good at it. Like anything in life, if you don't like to do it, you're probably not going to be very good at it. But I do like cooking. Just limited sometimes and finding certain ingredients that were so much easier and accessible for me to get in America, obviously, but I'm fine here. You know, sometimes it's a give and take, you know. Nothing's ever perfect where you're at. I mean, It's just a matter if it's perfect for you. You know, that's what it comes down to. Tony says, guacamole, woohoo! Yeah, I love guacamole. Dog cat, okay. I'm doing good on the comments. I mean, I'm sure, and I apologize for comments that I previously missed or questions that I missed. I don't intentionally not miss them. It's just when I'm walking or I get talking about a topic, obviously some are going to pass by, and that just happens. But I'm thankful for everybody that's here, takes the time to always not only support me and the channel, but like everybody kind of becomes friends here. Even the community, people that, you know, if you're frequently on my channel, I eventually just make you blue. That's like moderator status. Now, if you abuse your moderator status, I can take it away, but most people don't. I just allow people to speak freely for the most part and be respectful to everybody and just try to share positivity and happiness and inspire people. You know, you can be happy in life. It's just up to you. I also think we have a choice. You can choose to be whatever you want. You can choose to be miserable, or you can choose to be happy. I've seen people have the best situation, in my opinion, that someone could possibly have, but there's still somehow, some way, they're always miserable or complaining. That's just who they are. I always find a positive and a negative as best as I can. I'm not perfect, never will be, and quite honestly, I don't care. I'm not. I'm just Michael, do the best I can. Just thankful and blessed to be alive. Enjoying being in a different culture, surrounded by amazing, very amazing and loving people. The best way I can put it. Yes, Stell. Yeah, it's a choice. Philip Morgan, dude, where have you been? Sir Philip, my goodness, Philip Morgan, I have not seen you. I've been around. I've been here and there, and I'm sure, Philip Morgan, you have other things in your life going on, and it's perfectly fine. It's always nice to see people that I haven't seen in such a while. But I'm doing good. I'm fine. I've had some, I guess, life-changing things take place. I was recently in the U.S. from June 8th till July 9th. And again, I'm just catching people up that don't know the situation. I did go home June 8th because my mother was not feeling well. But then, unfortunately, on June 25th, she passed away. So, yeah. Now, it's been a little twist in my life, dealing with living life without your mother. So, yeah, I had that little or a lot situation take place, but I'm just, taking one day at a time, but it's nice to see you. And I always bring this up. Where is Michelle Pelletier? She's one of the subscribers, viewers, very supportive. I'm almost positive she was from New Jersey. I pray and hope that Michelle Pelletier is okay, because this is strange. She would always be here on the live streams. Maybe she's just busy, but very unlike her. She would stay up late knowing she had to get up at 5 a.m. on the East Coast, and she would stay up late. And I always used to thank her so much, but I noticed her not being around. I'm sure there's other people too, but Michelle Pelletier, wherever you're at, I hope you're all right. Tim White says, I missed your programs a lot. Well, I appreciate that, Tim. Just doing a lot of live streams lately. As I preach all the time and say, videos will come when I feel like there's something video worthy. I just don't throw things together and make videos about anything. It's just not who I am. And I have a lot of fun doing the live streams, as long as the signal cooperates with me. But thank you, Philip, in regards to my mom. No worries, man. Just, as I say, if your mother's still alive or anybody, just tell her you love her as much as you can and hug her as many times as you can, because someday you won't be able to do it. That's the biggest struggle. Tony says we're supposed to take care of ourselves and each other. That's true. WG says in good health. Stella, happiness is a choice. Just Audrey says hello with the Shamrock. Hello, Just Audrey. Welcome to my live stream from Dumaguete, Philippines. My name is Michael, and obviously my channel is called Castaway Drift. No, I'm not a castaway. I just thought of the name. I like it. Castaway, islands, drifting into my life. It just fits me. So yeah, welcome, Audrey. Nice to see you. If you're not a subscriber, Audrey, I'm not trying to twist your arm, but you're more than welcome. Hopefully this won't be the last time. I like it when people say hello. That I hope that means, you know, you'll say hello again and come back. WG, amen. You can't get, yeah, like I've seen and heard people can get avocados here, Tony, but I tried one, someone got one, it just wasn't the same. I'm used to Mexican avocados, I think. Maybe there's just different varieties of avocados, but the one I tried, it was much bigger, different taste, different texture. I don't know. Wasn't the avocado that I'm used to anyway. Not like it was bad or awful, but it just didn't resemble the creamy, smooth, buttery-like avocado that I would make guacamole and smear that on a piece of sourdough toasted bread. I need to quit talking about food, but yeah. Sunny Boy, my goodness, hello, Sunny Boy. I'm going towards the ocean, just so you guys know. Fair warning, once I get close to the water, it's always breezier and windier. It's been more windy these last few days than normal, so I might not hang out there that long because you won't be able to hear me anyway, but Possum says, remember everyone to hit the like, double tap. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tim White, for mentioning the loss of my mom. I appreciate that. My mom's going to be with me everywhere, more so at any point in my life. Unfortunately, you feel that way after you lose her. She was always important to me while she was alive, but I think we just all take for granted, you know, maybe not everybody, but me. You know, you just always feel like your mother and father are always going to be around. And until it happens, there's nothing like it. But thank you, Tim. Stella Lynn says, God bless you, Michael. Bye for now. See you around. Nice to see you. Look and sound great. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Sometimes you might not be able to read it on my face. You might, and I'm not a poker player by any means. I'm not good about hiding my feelings, but sometimes I feel like I get a lump in my throat when I'm talking about her, even now. Hard to swallow, but it's all of you that kind of make things easier and better for me, and I appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you guys, quite honestly. So moving forward, that's just a part of my life now, a part of my journey. Life without mom, but she'll always be there in one way or the other. All right, now I'm gonna risk going towards this windy Zep79 said, I just discovered your channel, already subscribed. And Zep, face to face, that means a lot to me. It's all I want to do is just, you know, spread happiness, spread positivity, inspire, have a great community of people. Some people may never ever have the opportunity to travel anywhere, especially this far, and I just want to share it. That's all I want to do. I just want to share it. And because I know if I was maybe in that situation, I would certainly be watching somebody else living abroad and having the opportunity to do things. So that means a lot to me, Zep. I really, really appreciate it. You all make a difference. You all make a difference. Yeah, WG, I'd say being close to an ocean. And I'm going to try and cover the wind as best as I can, but I'd say being by the ocean is my favorite thing. Yeah, I mean, that's why I like Dumaguete over Bacolod. You didn't have anything like this. Like simple like this. Like I can walk this. I can walk up and down all along here. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful here. Like just something like this. But there's more beautiful places in the Philippines than here at the seawall than Dumaguete. Yes, that's a fact. But I appreciate what I do have and where I live being right here. It is really, really nice here. Mary Britt says, if any consolation, at least your mom passed away naturally. My mom passed away when she was crossing a crosswalk and got hit by a drunk driver. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mary Britts. There is no consolation, although that situation is, I don't like hearing that, but I'm so sorry, you know, Mary Britts. But yeah, it's nice, a little breezy, a little choppy. You can see the tide's definitely out of the way. I love something so simple like this. The breeze, the wind's blowing, and like I said, I tried to cover up the wind. That's why I didn't really come here that much today, just because it's too windy and you won't hear me. Nightwolf says, ocean is my happy place. That's exactly how I feel, Nightwolf. I don't need to be swimming in it, although I love swimming in the ocean. I would swim in the ocean any day over a swimming pool. I will swim in a waterfall water over a swimming pool any day. Waterfall is always nice because that water is a little bit, it's colder. I wouldn't say it's like bone chilling, but it's definitely much more refreshing. Even the Little Boracay, Palatine Beach here in Sikihor, when I went over there, that water's like bath water. It was almost like too warm. I like something that refreshes you a little bit. WG says, I'm thankful for your generosity. I mean, I'm just being me, like I like sharing. I'm just thankful that there's people that are interested in what I'm sharing. I mean, and it doesn't matter how many or how few, I really don't care. It gives me an opportunity. It's an outlet for me. It's an outlet for you. I'm just thankful. I mean, really. Philip says, I'm a truck driver, dude, with all the drama going on everywhere. Diesel in California is almost 7 gallon. Has the American economy affected the Philippines? Philip, I guess a little bit. I mean, my brother lived in California. I mean, he left California. He got tired of California. I mean, California is like a whole other country in itself, Philip. So he got out of there. I know people got to do what they got to do. Not everybody can just get up and move from California. I've had some great experiences in California visiting my brother back in the day. Things are different there. That's why he left. He worked with, and he was involved in movie, Hollywood, and all that kind of stuff. But even he got out of there. Yeah, it's like a different world in that state, that's for sure. WG says, unbelievable view. I could definitely hang out there for a while. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of times when I go walking, I'm by myself. I'm okay with it. I want to do my walking, my exercise and stuff. I'm okay listening to my music, kind of in my own little world, and I'm at peace. Sorry, the wind is getting loud. I gotta leave. It's too windy here. I'm just visiting here. Hold on, WG. I don't want to talk and then you won't be able to hear me. I'm gonna go kind of down this other way. Then we'll answer your question. What set you on your path to here? Basically, just I'd say, because I'm 56 now, so it was like when I was 54, 53, I just started researching online, like thinking about future life, retiring later in life. I never thought I'd be retired right now. I never thought I'd be here right now, but when I was looking, I was like, wonder, aside from Florida, where I did live for 2 years, I thought, where could I maybe live or explore, visit other parts of the world that are like tropical island-like places that's warm all year round. Philippines was one of the places that came up. And then I researched more and more and learned to think, okay, let me do this. And the only person that can talk you out of things is yourself. So once I committed, got the plane ticket, I knew there was no turning back, and it was the best decision I ever made. But meeting the people here in the Philippines is what made this place so special, is what made my decision to return here more or less as like a home away from home, was the people. Yes, the financial situation is less expensive here. If I was still in the United States, and I say this over and over again, but it's just a fact, I'm not rich, never will be, and honestly, I don't care. To each his own. Whatever's important to you in your life is great. But I was going to sit there, but these ants always bite my butt. I just knew that I wanted to live life while I was happy. I didn't want to risk and gamble, not know, an unknown future, and if I was still in the States, I'd still be working. I wouldn't have a choice, even to support a lifestyle similar to this, because everything's so much more, especially an apartment. Now I owned a house, I had sold it and benefited from that and whatnot. But the one thing that's money can't buy is good health. And I had it at my age, and I've seen too many of my friends work into late 60s, some early 70s, only to retire. And then unfortunately something happened and they pass away at a very young age. Well, not young, but shortly into their retirement. They never even got to enjoy their retirement. So when I looked at all those things, but I looked at where my health is now, there's no guarantee for tomorrow. I made the choice, I made a decision, and I'm happy with it. The people here are amazing. They accept me and welcome me like family. I never feel alone. Although there's times I like to just be by myself, kind of like now, except I'm sharing it with you. But yeah, like that's kind of what put the wheels in motion. But health is the most important thing for me here right now. Like as long as I can keep my health optimal and take care of business, do my walks, do my free weight exercises and all that, I'm going to be okay. But if I want to get lazy and I don't want to do those things, I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk, and I'm a use it or lose it kind of guy. I've seen what my mother and father went through by kind of making different choices, health choices, what you eat. My father always kind of had the mindset, maybe when he was he retired, to kind of sit and watch the grass grow. That might not have been the best decision, because when you sit and watch the grass grow, someday you need to stop sitting and stop watching the grass grow, and you can't move as well as you did because you weren't using it. So that's kind of the way I look at it, without rambling on and on and on. But yeah, no, if you're here, if you're new, my name's Michael, living abroad here from the United States, born and raised, lived in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, with the exception of 2 years I did live in Florida. Preferred to live in Florida. My life, was happy there. I love the weather, going to the ocean every day after work, snorkeling, whatever. But if I was still there, I'd still be working. And I don't know how long I'd have to work for. I mean, you got to work as long as you feel like you can have enough to live off of. And yeah, I don't know how good those percentages would have been if I'd still be in the U.S. So. Do Filipino women have a special interest in Caucasian men? Orbs Jack, I mean, I guess here's an example coming from me, Orbs Jack, and this is only me. Sometimes maybe people are, for me, interested in somebody or something that's different, a unique quality, an attraction of a quality, different culture, different person, Asian people, like, but to me, it's more than just what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside. So a beautiful person to me is beautiful on the inside and the outside, not just one or the other. So when you ask about them being more attracted to a Caucasian man, maybe some of them, because you're different. But that doesn't mean all Filipina women are interested in Caucasian men. They're perfectly happy and attracted and love their own culture. So, AJ, you say no money, no honey. I don't believe that. Not in my experiences. I don't believe that to be true. You could say that to be true anywhere, though, to an extent. Uh, what do you know? Uh, I can give an example. You'd be out in a social atmosphere in America. You introduce yourself to a lady or a woman or whoever you meet, and it's like, hey, my name's so and so. And then they're like, what do you do for a living? Where do you work? Right there, the groundworks, in my opinion, has already been laid. They're already looking, so what's this guy do? And then they can figure out kind of what your income is. Does that mean that person is a gold digger or only interested in money? No, not necessarily. It doesn't all mean that. But to say that people aren't looking for some sort of security in the world, or it's only specific to here or somewhere else, to me, that's not accurate. Everybody looks for a give and take kind of situation, or like a return on investment. That's just my opinion. Are there people that are the word term gold diggers are only looking for money? I'm sure there are, but they're everywhere. They're not just here. So AG, the no money, no honey, I don't agree with that in all cases. That's wrongfully stereotyping people that they're not all like that. They really aren't. Some, of course, but that's like that everywhere. And you need to figure out, for as an individual like me, if I was rich, I would never tell anybody I was anyway. It's like that movie Coming to America, where Eddie Murphy kept his, I always loved that movie, it was funny, but he kept his wealth a secret. It's like, I don't know, money, in a way makes the world go round, I guess, but I don't think it's the end all be all for everybody here. But soccer legend, I love it in the Philippines. Again, it's different for everybody. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. This is the Rizal Boulevard, and just a beautiful day. I mean, it's overcast today, so it's not feeling very hot, although I don't care. The heat doesn't bother me, but it's a nice day. Yes, Coming to America, that movie was funny, but that's kind of like me, and we all have a choice. Yes, it is cheaper to live here. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, but you can spend more money depending on what kind of lifestyle or how extravagant, of a life you want to have. But for me, comparing it to where I'm from in the US, yeah, it's certainly cheaper. If I was in the US, I'd still be working. I'd have no choice. Unless somehow I came across a lot of money, that's just a fact. But again, I did not ultimately choose to live here because for financial reasons. I fell in love with the place and it fits my lifestyle. It was just an added bonus that I could start this life a lot sooner because of the cost of living here, if that makes sense. The rent is certainly cheaper. The food at restaurants is less. I get certain things, and then I get the bill if I eat out, and I'm like, well, yeah, something like this, based on the quality and the service, I'd be like, this would probably cost this much in the U.S. for comparisons, but everything is certainly less. I mean, I'd say for me and my limited experience, 2 years, I don't know everything, and never will, and that's okay. I like to learn, but I'd say first and foremost, the biggest difference is rent. Renting an apartment, renting a house, furnished, unfurnished. I prefer furnished. I don't want to buy furniture because if I ever decide to up and go and want to live on another island or experience something different, I don't want the responsibilities of A, trying to sell all that stuff, or B, if I want to bring it with me, trying to ship it and move it. I don't want that responsibility. Is there a lot of races there or just some? I mean, there's a lot, soccer legend. I mean, obviously you have the Philippine people. You have Caucasian white like me. You have black men, African, you have Mexican. You have them from all over the place. You're still, as a foreigner, expat, a minority here, and that's okay. That's kind of why I like it. I like the feeling of being a minority here. I like being surrounded and embraced by the Philippine culture, the people here. I like that. I like it. I guess if it was just full of everybody, it would feel like I was back in the U.S. You know, not that I didn't like it, but I'm just saying it's kind of unique and different for me being here as an expat, where the majority of people are Filipino. Betty Jean says, have a great day. But anyway, I hate to break this live stream. I don't know if I'm going to get to 100 likes. But if you haven't given me a like, please double tap the screen. I appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber and you're interested in just being a part of this community, random live streams, sometimes I try to keep a schedule, but it doesn't always happen because I do my live streams outdoors. And if it's rainy on occasion or windy, like it's not so bad now. That's why I'm doing one the past 2 days. Previous 2 days have been too windy. The Real Steel says, done, more peaceful. I'd say it's peaceful, but that's just me in my opinion. I'm not speaking for other expats. Some people might not think it's peaceful. I can only give you how I feel. I feel less stress and more at peace here in the Philippines. Just not having the responsibility of going to a job and being retired make me less stressed, of course. But I don't have any stress here at all. I don't feel the sense of urgency here that I did even in the US. Everything was, gotta have it now in a hurry. Even if I was retired in the US, the urgency level is much higher. Here it's just more relaxed and laid back. Whereas that might be perceived in a negative light. Sometimes you might be in a hurry and you feel like things move slower. That's something you just have to look past and not let it get to you. But other than that, I think I'm gonna call this stream. I don't think we're gonna hit 100 likes. Tony says, have a good Sunday, my Castaway Drift family. Take care of yourselves and each love you all. Love you too. US3ID says, peace. Jordan says, flying back and forth to US for emergency can factor in the cost of living and bring it almost the same. I mean, it could if you really got to fly back and forth. I mean, I don't know if you're specifically talking about your own health, Jordan, but yeah, I would certainly take into account your own health before making a decision to live outside of your home country, whether it be US or somewhere else. My health is optimal. Hopefully it continues that way. I'll do the best I can to keep it that way. But that certainly played into my decision to come here. Chris, everybody. With that being said, everybody, thank you for being with me. It's been well over 2 hours, 133 minutes. Again, I'm thankful for each and every one of you that always continue to support me. New people. These are the simplistic walking live streams that I do throughout Dumaguete. Sometimes I try to do them outside the city. The internet can be hit or miss, but it's worth trying. It's worth being able to share it with all you. So anyway, thank you to everybody. And wherever you're at in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. God bless everybody. Be happy. Cherish every day, every minute, every hour, every second of your life, honestly. And again, if your mother's still alive, tell her you love her and hug her as many times as possible. Because someday she won't be around anymore. And that is in memory of my mother, who I recently lost on June 28th. So yeah, love your moms. Give her all the love, man. Tony, thank you. US3, see you. Chris, thank you. Talk to you all later, man. Love you all. Anna Kennedy, God bless. Zepp, have a great day. Ruby Red, see you. Thank you always. If I could say all you, thank you. WG, hope to see you soon. Nice meeting you. God bless. Love you. See you all later. Take care. See you, Tennessee Caveman.